Welcome to the live stream, guys. If you're watching this afterwards, how you doing? So I'm just hanging out. Gotta let some people show up, and the reason I'm doing this live stream is to test this here phone. So this is a different phone than what I've been using, and we're gonna test it, see how the sound is, see how the reception is, see if it works, and then yeah, if some of you pop in, maybe we'll just hang out for a little bit. And then I'll go Doordash. So got gas at $2.99. If you're watching this replay, let me know what you're getting gas at in your area. So $2.99, $2.99, and with the Upside app, I saved 7 cents per gallon. So there you go. That's what $2.93, $2.93 per gallon. But I've seen it more and I've seen it less across town, so it just depends on where you're at. But just let me know what gas is like in your area. So I'm out here waiting. I'm gonna do some DoorDash after the live stream. Yesterday was a crazy day. We did I think like 213 for the day, so that's pretty good. It's a pretty good day on DoorDash. So let's see, got a couple people in the house here. We'll see what's up. 288 down the road from you, not bad. 288 is pretty good. And then the Upside actually helps. I need to start putting my Upside link in the descriptions and signing people up for that, because if you use a credit card already, you might as well use the Upside link. All right, so since I've got somebody here watching, what's the sound like over there in the video? Let me know if it looks good or if it sounds good, because that's what this is. This is really a test. So yeah, let me know. Give me a little feedback on this. Now there's microphones I can use for this setup. I think I don't know if I can use them live or not, but I'll definitely try that. What city am I door dashing? So I door dash in different cities or different places rather. Sometimes I door dash in Raleigh. So I'm in the state of North Carolina, and then sometimes I DoorDash in smaller other markets around that area. Do you DoorDash, Leonard Sykes? Do you DoorDash? If so, let me know where you're at and what the DoorDashing is like over there. Yeah, so there's some pretty good markets around here, and we do pretty good. I mean, like, sometimes they're really slow, hit or miss, and then sometimes they're really good. You're in Raleigh? Wow, okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm out there. We've probably seen each other. Waiting at some of the stores. Okay, so since you're in Raleigh, that's great. What's your least favorite store in Raleigh to pick up at? I'll tell you mine once you tell me yours. I have a couple, but I think there's one that's probably my least favorite place to pick up. You know, it just depends, right? Like on the day too, and who's managing and whatnot. But so DoorDashing in Raleigh. Are you DoorDashing today? I'm gonna be doing it in a little bit here, but I'm not in Raleigh today. I'm in another town. Me doing it. Walmart. Does DoorDash does Walmart pickups? Is that a red card thing? Cause so okay, this might be too much sauce, but I did not activate my red card, so I don't get shopping orders, at least as of right now. I used to get shopping orders. I had a red card. I lost it, and then I filed for another one. I never reactivated it, and I didn't get shopping orders anymore. And it's the best thing I ever did. It was an accident, total accident, but now I don't get shopping orders. I just take restaurant orders. How's it going, Bud Files? Welcome to the house. Welcome to the live stream. Hope y'all are doing well. Y'all exploring anywhere today? Walmart. Yeah, that sounds terrible. That sounds like a terrible place to pick up. Walmart. Okay, I was gonna say Wingstop, but yeah, Walmart sounds terrible. I say Wingstop because it's always a wait. I've very rarely gone into Wingstop and actually had the order sitting there on on the shelf ready. And if it is, they're all running around busy and stuff. But yeah, Wingstop usually has like 5 to 10 people sitting in there waiting, it seems like, and orders are not ready. So it's wild, but yeah, it's cool that I got a Walmart or a Raleigh DoorDasher in the house, and I've never picked up at Walmart. So, never picked up at Walmart. So Taco Bell is probably my next least favorite place to pick up. Taco Bell, because they're also never ready. and sometimes they take quite a while. But you know, a couple of the stores, a couple of the Taco Bells are getting a little bit better, or whatever. Hi Tiffany, hey Canadian Family Life, how you doing? Just popping in to say hi, hit the thumbs up. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Everything helps. I'm just doing a little, this is actually a test. I'm just seeing how the audio and the video is on this phone and the service as well. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Also, if you guys could let me know how the audio and the video is coming out here on the live stream, I'd appreciate that a lot. Just testing out the location with the service provider and all that stuff, just to check it out and make sure that it works. So super happy to have you all here. That means a lot to me. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the for being here. And yeah, do let me know how the video looks and how the audio is. I'll probably try to test up some different stuff too, maybe some different microphones. Now that I have this phone here, where's it at? Oh, I got it right there. So the other phone that I had, that I was able to use for live stream, the microphone sucked, and it actually would not, without an extra app, it wouldn't use external microphones. So I couldn't really make that work anymore. So it was Dunsky. But yeah, we're just hanging out. Probably gonna do some door dashing here in a little bit, and probably do that for the rest of the day. So what is it? Almost 2 o'clock. So we'll hang out for a few minutes, maybe like 30 minutes or something like that, and then I'll probably go ahead and get to it, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let me do something real quick. I want to just so we'll probably talk about, I have we'll wait and see if any more people come in and talk about that, and then we'll just hang out for a minute, see if anybody else pops in. Glad to see everybody that is here. I appreciate you all being here. So I haven't made a lot of videos on this channel lately, and it's been a few different reasons why, but I've been focusing on, I've been actually making videos on the second channel. I've made like 10 videos in about a month. So that's what, like one every 3 days or something like that. So that's what I've been kind of working on. But yeah, so that's what I've been kind of working on the most, and we'll get into that a little bit later on. But also, I've been a little bit under the weather, and then anytime that I wasn't under the weather, I've been just working a lot. Like yesterday, I was gonna go live, but I just kept getting good orders after good orders after good orders, and yeah, it was wild. So yeah, it was a pretty good day for the little small town I was dashing in. So, but we're just hanging out. All right, let me do something real quick here, guys. Yeah, so. All right. And let me do this as well. Let's a little share out here. Whatever. But yeah, so we're just hanging out. It seems to be working pretty good though. I think the service is good on the phone, so that's good. I switched carriers. So the carrier I had was getting real bad about not having service in certain locations where it used to previously have service. And yeah, that was pretty bad. So I had to switch carriers. In the process, upgraded the phone. And so, yeah, we'll just hang out and see. Oh man, am I live? Am I still live, guys? Okay, I think I am. All right. All right, cool. Yeah, just checking, man. For a minute there, I thought I thought I wasn't live, but I am. I thought I lost it. I'm live. Okay, thank you. But is the video good? That's what I'm here to find out. Is the service, does it look good and does it sound good? Because, yeah, this is a test. Everything's a test. Driving Daily is a test channel, and it's always an experiment, and we're always trying to learn. So hopefully this is looking good. Video is great. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So we're going to hang out and still need a mic. Yeah, I think still need a mic. I agree with that. So the sound's not so good. Well, I have a voice, the voice of a TV extra. So that probably has a lot to do with it. Better than the last setup. Okay, good. That's good. That's what we're here for. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, yep, so we're just hanging out. Gonna hang out, see if anybody else shows up. Not much going on. So let me know what you guys are doing this weekend. If everybody's got something going on, let me know. Know what you got planned. If you got any big plans. See, I'm just gonna be working because that's what I do. Let's see. So I've got to change this lot. I got to change this chat setup so I can see it on this. I can see it. I have another phone so I can see the chat, but it's not coming up on this phone the way it's supposed to. So we're going to start in the kids co-op and then Apple Orchard. Well, that sounds fun. Should be good, right? Somebody going to work there. They were just hanging out in their car for like 5 minutes. But I know why now. They were going to work. So I'm just hanging out too. Same thing. So I'm wondering if it's going to rain today or not. It looks like it's going to. It rained a little bit last night. Rained yesterday, and I think that's why it was so busy on Doordash. I think that's why it was busy, because it rained. The rain is good for Doordash. And it keeps us going. So the second channel, so I've got about 10 videos over there. I'm going to go ahead and start talking about that. I got about 10 videos over there on the second channel. I have about 45 subscribers. It's been about a month. So that's the updates on that. And I'll probably start going live over there once I get about 50 subscribers, and that's risky. It's risky to go live when you have 50 subscribers, because like right now, I think I have like 2 people watching, so it's like that. I'll probably have like 0 people watching over there, but I'll probably go live. I'm thinking about doing the vertical, and I wanted to ask you guys about that. Whether you think the vertical live is good early on, or should I do something like more, like the horizontal live, so that they can be videos? Because what I'll probably do over there is the live streams we'll be talking about the videos that we've already done, and we'll be doing it more in depth. And so that's going to allow me to do a lot of things. Basically, every topic that we discuss, we can go and research it and do more in depth in the live stream. So that's going to be the plan for that channel, and that's probably going to be. I don't want to say easier to go live than here, like today, this is just a test live, so I'm just hanging out and just saying what's up to people as they show up or whatever. But there's a point to those lives can be probably viewed as videos a lot easier later on, and that's what I'm going to be doing. Real Thoughts Project, that's the name of the channel, Real Thoughts Project. And so yeah, so like what we'll do is we'll do about 10 videos, and then once we've done about 10 which we've done, there's about 10 videos over there now, and the first month, I just wanted to put those out. And I'll probably do the videos will be more frequent over there because it's a different type of thing. And then once I get those, say 10 videos, and I'll probably go live. Then we can talk about anything from those 10 videos and go further into depth. These are philosophical things, philosophical questions, philosophical musings, if you want to call it that. And that's why, a live stream on a channel like that, a live stream is going to be a lot more useful I'm losing my mount here. Hold on, guys. It's going to be a lot more useful to do a live stream on a channel like that, because we'll be able to go more into depth on the things that we're talking about and spoken about already. And also, when I do those videos, we think about a lot of things. Like, I'm thinking about a lot of things and I learn a lot. And the videos are just one-off. Like, I'm just kind of like, I'm thinking about a topic. You know, I have a lot of topics to talk about, and I just kind of go one-off on the videos and just one take and just kind of talk about what I'm thinking about. And then, so because of that, I miss some stuff. Like, I miss a lot of things that I want to talk about in those videos. So, therefore, the live streams will be great when I get, I think 50 subscribers, I get to do the live streams over there. So I'm at 45. So if you guys are not subscribed to Real Thoughts Project, go subscribe to that. Real Thoughts Project, it's my face. You'll see my face when you find the channel, so it's pretty easy to find out. And it's all just me sitting in the car like this talking, for the most part. I've gone on a couple walks and stuff like that too. Fever Dream Animation, welcome to the house. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. We're just hanging out, just doing a live. I missed your live the other day, but if you keep doing those, I will try to catch you on one of those lives, on those live streams. It looks like that you were doing some of the animation stuff, like in real time or something like that. So I'll have to check that out. That's super cool. But yeah, we're talking about the second channel right now, the Real Thoughts Project, and I was basically just saying I have 10 videos over there right now, 10 videos over there right now, and I'm looking for 50. I'm trying to get 50 subscribers. I'm not really trying to get extra. I'm not asking for a lot of subscribers from, you know, I'm not trying to get people just for the numbers. But for right now, I do want to get to 50 so that I can live stream. Apparently I can live stream with 50. So at that point, you know, I'm not advertising that channel on a lot of other platforms or channels or, you know, anything like that. Because I want the people that go watch those videos to be the people that they're meant for. I believe the algorithm works. I think it takes time. When you're starting a new channel, it takes time for the algorithm to find the people. But those videos are all in the same vein. They're very philosophical, very like it's supposed to be food for thought. And because of that, I think that they will find their mark, you know, sooner than later, or if later, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm not in a hurry on that one. Obviously, it's not monetized, not making any money on those videos, so that's not the point. So I don't have to worry about any of that. Just trying to find the right people to discuss these things, and you know, kind of that we can get something out of it. And I think we can get a lot out of it. And the reason I'm not doing it over here, I would do those discussions over here, and I do sometimes, and we do in the live streams. But the reason I don't do those discussions over here is I have 1,600 subscribers, I think, on this channel, and some change. And not all those people are into that. Sometimes they're, you know, they're here for the cars, or they're here for Doordash, or they're here for different things, right? And we do a lot of stuff on this channel, and that's fine. That's what this channel is going to be. It's an experimental channel, just like this is an experiment live stream for this phone. But yeah, I don't want to just open up only just those discussions on this channel necessarily. There's so many people that are probably not even going to watch those videos. I would rather just go ahead and build that audience and build that crew of people over there. And if you want to be a part of it, that's great. I do appreciate it. Hope you do. Hope you do. If you're here and you watch the live streams, you'll probably dig that channel. But we talk about a lot of different stuff. And but right now we're kind of on a freedom thing. So we've been talking about a lot of freedom stuff, like and the mind control of social media and things like that. Was the last video I did, social media mind control program. Just talking about how these things are, you know, you gotta be careful with social media, and social media is great, but you gotta be careful. So, so I'll say it again. I said it earlier, but I got gas at $2.99 where I'm at. What does the gas price look like where you are at today, wherever you're at? Let me know in the chat. And yeah, so, and do you use Upside? Do you use the Upside app? I keep forgetting to put the link in the descriptions, but I probably should, because I save a lot of money doing the Upside. If you're in an area where that app is like hooked up to the stores that you're using, and anyway, you can save a lot of money doing that upside. So, uh, but yeah, we're just hanging out, saying what's up to people as they come in. So, Fever Dream Animation, do you have some more lives coming soon? You can let us know in the chat. That's fine. Everybody should go check out your channel. You have a lot of interesting stuff over there, and some controversial, I guess controversial. Well, I don't want to say that. I don't want to put that on you, but it's. I like the stuff that you put out because it's funny. Even if you know, somebody didn't disagree or didn't agree with it, it's comedy, right? And I believe comedy is so valuable. Been animating, yeah, that's great, dude. That's awesome. So your channel is growing, and it'd be nice to see your channel grow, get to 1,000 subscribers so that you can start kind of sustaining a little bit. I go for the term edgy. Well, okay, yeah. So if you say things like controversial, I think YouTube doesn't like that. So yeah, edgy content over there on Fever Dream Animation, and that's cool. And that kind of content is good, dude. You should do things that are like, people should be willing to listen to things they don't agree with. But that's what the Real Thoughts Project is for, and I mean, not everybody's going to agree. In fact, I think I'm probably going to make people upset on different sides of different discussions because I don't really watch political punditry and stuff like that anymore. I did for a long time. I used to keep up with all that stuff, and it's really, it's kind of gotten to the point where I think they're all idiots. So yeah, or paid, right? Paid. You could tell when somebody's got a show or something, or talking about a political concept or something. Like, you can almost tell sometimes if they're paid, right? And then you can tell people that are just copycats. They're just copycatting what they already seen. So if that's the case, like, if you're just watching that stuff all the time, and especially just on one side, then you're going to end up just being like kind of copycatting everything that they do, or because you don't have any other inputs, right? So it's better just go read books, or somebody like Fever Dream Animation, and watch these old films, watch these old movies, and just kind of get a different feel for what's out there. Obviously keep up with the news and stuff is not a bad thing. I keep up with the news a little bit, but here's my thing. So there's political pundits that will watch a news article, and I told my wife this the other day. They'll watch a news article, a news video or whatever, and it's like a 2-minute news clip, right? And it's got basically all the information on some kind of event that happened, and all the information that they have right now is on that clip, and it's 2 minutes, right? That's what the public knows. It's 2 minutes worth of information. And what some of these guys will do, is they'll come in and they'll be talking about that same thing, and it's a 15-minute, 20-minute video. I'm like, dude, we have 2 minutes of information. I don't want to sit here and listen to this guy talk about for 15, 20, 30 minutes. I mean, unless you're going to go in depth and you're doing some research or whatever, but that's not what it is. Usually it's just they take the article, they put the political spin on it, and they do that like, is this thing going to fall again? They do that like 15 times over the course of a 20-minute span, and that's the video. And I don't have time for that anymore. I have 2 channels. I run Doordash like 7 days a week. I got the eBay store every day. That's an everyday thing. Well, I'll say 6 days a week. On Sundays, I don't do a lot on eBay. But the every day, weekdays, packing, shipping, listing, whatever, or shopping for that. And so I don't have time for that. I would rather read a book. That's just me. So what Real Thoughts Project does is we get outside of that paradigm, and outside of that kind of political pundit thing. And I'm not political over there, but I don't mind talking about things that probably the political people are talking about, but we're going to take a different angle. I mean, I see both sides being a threat to regular people. And so that's just where I'm at. But yeah, at that point, you're pissing everybody off and everybody's angry. So what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? I say just, you know what? Just do what you're, talk about the things that you think are valuable, because one of the things that I see nowadays, and let me know if you guys have seen this, but it's like this apathy culture, or this like everything sucks, life sucks, there's no point to life type of thing. I've seen that content come up a lot. It's been very um, it's kind of shocking how many people are like into that, and seem to agree with it, and seem to, and yeah, life like sucks sometimes, and it's definitely hard, and with what do you call it, inflation, all these things, yeah, it is tough. It's definitely tough for Gen Z, for millennials, whatever. I'm a millennial, right? You look at buying houses and stuff, it's very expensive. All these things are true, but I don't think that it's a good idea to become completely nihilistic about it, like nothing means anything, right? You got to have something that you live for, even if it's just making animations, right? Like you just lose yourself in that. Do it all the time. Eventually, you'll get to a point where like I said, your channel. What are you at? Like close to 500 Fever Dream, but once you get to like 1,000, I'm sure you probably have the watch hours, and you can start kind of getting paid a little bit more for it, and then maybe spend more time, and then maybe spend more time, and it can become fulfilling, and hopefully a little bit sustaining too. But people don't realize it takes time to build things, and they want things overnight, and it just doesn't happen that way. Um, you know, the state of where this channel is, Driving Daily, is it took a couple years to build this. Um, and I say build this lightly because it's like the lowest quality YouTube channel on the internet. But um, yeah, it still everything takes time. But if you put focus and time behind things and effort behind things, um, it'll happen. It's kind of like the movie Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. It's kind of true to a degree. Like the algorithm works. It has its it does work, but it takes time. Everything takes time. So, but I don't expect Real Thoughts Project to take off or anything like that. Like lightning. I don't have any viral type of content. The type of content is food for thought for people that have an attention span to digest that food for thought, and also who are willing to not necessarily have to agree with everything that that somebody has to say. So anyway, we're about 2 minutes away from being on here for 30 minutes, and I'll probably hang out a little bit longer, and we'll see if anybody else shows up. But I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate you guys hitting the likes and everything. That's awesome. Thank you. And yeah, I'll be working on some more videos for this channel. There's a car museum that's near me that I never knew that was near me, so I'm gonna probably try to go there. I'm gonna contact them soon and see if I can film there. If so, I'll take you guys along for the ride, and we'll go to that car museum. They have some movie cars and just some old cars in general, so that will be fun. There's one like that in the mountains nearby, and so I was gonna see if they will let me film too for the next time I go up that way, and maybe that'd be a nice video as well. And also, I think I might be near. There's like a NASCAR museum too that I'll probably be near in the future, like the next month or two, and I'm thinking about filming there as well. And I already talked to those guys, and they said I could. So I'm not really a huge NASCAR fan, but it is racing. So racing's cool. It's motorsports. It's cars. Goes into the Driving Daily car infused lifestyle. So, and they have a couple movie cars. They actually have a movie car there too. Days of Thunder. One of the Days of Thunder cars is there. So I'll probably film that. We'll go check it out, and if we're lucky, they'll be doing what we were doing with So one time we went, and they were like fueling up the cars. They were doing practicing. So they had a car going in a circle, and what they do is they'll fuel up the car, or either change the tires or whatever. And it's really cool because it's like being at mini NASCAR race. Not really a NASCAR race, but it's like being right there next to the pit. So that's cool. So if I can catch them doing that, and they allow us to film it, then that would be cool too. I'll probably film that as well. Really, really awesome. So, but man, yeah. So we're hanging out. Appreciate you guys being here. Everybody hit the like button if you're here. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Just kind of hanging out. Gonna do some Doordashing a little bit. We're about at the 30-minute mark. So yeah, I'll hang out a little bit more. I've got to do some more lives and more videos on this anyway. I'm doing some work to keep this channel alive as well. So you being here is helping me do that. Because I haven't been making as many videos lately. I've been focusing on the new channel, the second channel and stuff. So politics is a joke. Yeah, well, politics is a joke. I mean, I think it kind of is. You know, I used to, so for the longest time, I was that guy that did never vote, none of that stuff. And I hate to say it, but I kind of feel like being that guy again. You know what I mean? It's just how it goes, man. I can't see where either party is really, really about that. As far as like helping the country or whatever. I mean, there's little bits and pieces here, and I feel like sometimes they just throw that our way just to make us feel like we're doing something or like something good is happening. But false hope is a dangerous thing. Like, hope is important, but false hope is dangerous. And I think what happens is people get their hopes up, and then they get their hopes crushed, and then you get into a bad place, right? And they can do that on both sides, man. They can do that on one side, and then they'll turn around 4 years, they do it on the other side. And then it's like been 8 years, and you forget, and so the one side forgets that this was all false hope, and then they put up a new hero, and then the whole system and the cycle goes on and on again. And I think that's how politics works. And then meanwhile, and this is, I'm not saying I'm black-pilled on the whole thing, but I'm just saying, meanwhile, look at what politicians do. I mean, they get rich on the policies. You buy a stock, you know that regulations are coming or some kind of thing is happening, and the stock pumps or whatever because of regulations on a different company, and they make all this money or whatever. And I mean, you can say that's insider trading or whatever it is. But they still get to do that no matter what, the whole time, no matter who's in office, right? So it doesn't matter if a Republican's in office or a Democrat's in office or whatever. They're still playing the game, right? The whole time. I mean, you got politicians that have been in there for 30, 40 years, If you look at our last president, he'd been in there for, I don't know how long it was, maybe 50 years. I don't know, dude. The guy was lifelong politician. And it's like, how do you do that? I wouldn't even want to do that. You would only want to do that if you wanted to exploit that system. You know what I mean? So it's not that I think that like all hope is lost and all this different stuff or whatever, but it's just like, dude, I don't see anything on either side really telling me that they care about the people. So my solution to that is work on yourself, work on your own systems that you build. Work on your, like educating yourself. I don't want to say educating because I don't like that word because it kind of means, it's kind of like domesticating nowadays. Educating used to mean learning how to read, write, learn etiquette, things like that. How to be a man, how to be a woman, and it was honorable. But education now, our education system is not honorable, and so it's a mess. So I don't like to use that term, but self-education, you have to do it yourself or go find courses and classes. And this means going and finding courses and classes on things that you can get good at, that you can learn, that add value to your life, constantly doing that with your families. And then, money isn't everything, but obviously try to build a small level of wealth, not out of greed or anything, just to be able to be free, right? To where you're not forced to deal with people that you don't want to deal with when the time comes, and doing that for your family as well. So that's kind of my solutions, or like part of my solutions. Understanding history, understanding where we came from, so that you can see where we're going, right? The problem with that is it takes a lot of attention span, it takes a lot of time, and a lot of people don't have that, and they're not willing to put that forth. There's a book. This is the kind of stuff we're going to talk about on the other channel once we can go live over there. But there's a book called Tragedy and Hope, Carol Quigley. No, I've not read the whole thing because it's huge. And this is the problem of it: is there's everything that's going on today is in that book, or most of it. All the stuff that has gone on in the last 10 years, 12 years, having to do with climate change, and then the policies that it's, that have come of that, have been, it was all in that book, Tragedy and Hope. And so I've only read excerpts, like bits and pieces of it. Kind of like most people do the Bible, right? Most people don't sit and just read through the Bible. They look at it and they look at pieces or whatever. So that book is it's nothing like the Bible, but it's big like that. And there's a lot of information. And so that you can just you open it up and you can just read any page and you'll start seeing stuff happening. You'll be like, interesting. I've seen that being implemented, right? And once you realize that, and you realize that both sides are implementing those same things, you realize they're in a club, we're not in it, and it's just what it is as far as politics goes. So yes, politics a joke to some degree. Now, local politics, your sheriff, your mayor, things like that, I think they have a lot more impact on your life. Sheriff could definitely have impact on your life. You can make their area better. Is this, let's see, something, okay, yeah. I gotta get a better mount, guys. I gotta get a better mount. Sorry about that. The sheriff can make your life better or worse. The mayor can make your life better or worse because they just implement policies in your city and town. You should go out and meet those people. The cool thing is that you can go out and meet the candidates for mayor, the candidates for sheriff. You can talk to them, and you can do a lot of stuff there. But yeah, we just went down the politics rabbit hole, so I don't know if there's any coming back from that for the day, right? So we're just hanging out though. Gonna go do some door dashing here in a little bit, and we'll see how it goes. I appreciate everybody that's been here and been hanging out. It's a 38 minutes mark. I was gonna shoot for probably 45 minutes to an hour, so we'll see how it goes. I'll wait and see if anybody shows up on the live and wants to say hey. If not, we'll just be here hanging out. I've got to do hours for this channel. I've got to keep it going, and I've got to kind of keep it going, and so you guys are helping me with that. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you being here, each and every single one of you, as always. But yeah, we're just hanging out. Kind of a gray day. I actually like days like this, so it's going to be raining on and off, it looks like. Got a little breeze going. It's really nice. Not too hot. It's not hot at all. It's perfect weather. We're that time of the year where the weather's perfect. And, but, let's see. Just been animating. Yeah, that's good. I appreciate you being here at Fever Dream. That's awesome. It's just us pretty much for the most part. Not too many people in here right now today, which makes sense. It's the weekend. Everybody's back in school. Probably a lot of people out with the kids doing stuff on the weekend, so that's good. People shouldn't be on YouTube all the time, but you know what? Sometimes we are. Yeah, there's a paradox of saying that people should get off of social media, and the funny thing is you hear that from people on social media. So it's very paradoxical kind of a message, but yeah. Animating. Yeah, everybody should go check out Fever Dream Animation's channel. Needs to get to a certain number of subscribers to start. Well, you could start earning technically at 500, but I'll be honest with you, Fever Dream, I never made between 500 and 1,000. I didn't make any money off YouTube. Like nobody, I didn't get any of the super chats or any of the stickers or things like that. But I also wasn't live streaming a lot, and I haven't been live streaming a lot. I did some Amazon affiliate stuff, so that's something some people might look at, but But once you get to 1,000, it kind of grows and it goes up, and I think that's because YouTube is making money off your videos, and they want you to they push it. Maybe they push it a little more. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. There's a lot of conspiracy theories about the algorithm. I don't know how the algorithm works. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, but it just seems like it does kind of go a little bit faster. But maybe that's because you have more people watching the videos, so they get more engagement, and then more new people come in. I don't know. I don't know. Is that your only channel, Fever Dream? I've been interested to talk to people that have 2 channels, because a lot of people say that it's too much work and you can't hold it down, and I can see that. Like I said, about every 3 days I've been recording a video for the other channel, but there's not a lot of editing involved in that, so it's not that hard to do. So it's just it's really about having I only can do it if I feel compelled to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and force a video. But fortunately, I'm reading a lot, and I'm doing a lot of different things that are really making me think. And so then when I have these thoughts, I kind of write them down, I'll jot them down a little bit, and then I have like video ideas. And then when I'm compelled to do it, I'll make a video. And that's just kind of how I've been doing that. But it's cool. It allows me to make videos whenever I feel like it or whenever I want, and it's food for thought, so it should be valuable. I want it to be valuable. I want it to be valuable to the right people who find it. Yeah, I'm kind of just letting the algorithm just chew on it and do its work, right? Some of those videos are getting like 20 or 30, like not even that many views. You know what I'm saying? I have a video. I think my last video's got like 20 views or something on that channel. So with 40 something subscribers, that's how it's going to be. But I want to get a channel to the point where I can use like a portfolio business card. Yeah, no, that's great, because it takes skill to do what you're doing, and you have a specific style, and that unique style is that is your calling card, really, to me. I could probably see and recognize your style. So I've seen enough of it that if I saw it, I would be like, yeah, it's Fever Dream animation. And that's good. That's what you want to do, I guess, right? That kind of makes you stand out. And it's also like you've done enough, and people have seen enough, like people like myself have seen enough to where we can recognize it. And so recognition is important, and it's unique. You have a unique style. So what would you do with that animation? Like, how could you market that, I wonder? I'm curious. I'd be interested to see what you could do with that. It's definitely a skill. It's definitely a skill to animate, right? And not everybody has the patience. Not everybody has the patience to do it. And so I think, and let me know if I'm wrong, but you don't use any AI in that either. So if you're not using AI, like, I feel like it's going to have a signature on it of a real individual, doing the work and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just real work. Without the AI, the animation, it makes it very unique. One goal is to get funding for bigger projects. Yeah. Well, that's why I would like to see your channel get monetized, because if you do, then you can probably you can use that and maybe reuse it. But monetization isn't everything everybody thinks it is, right? Sometimes this channel makes $1 a day. $1 a day. That's not going to get you funding for your project. But, if you have a video that like takes off once you're monetized, you can do it. I have a video that's made like $70. So, if you go look at my most popular videos, and you can kind of do whatever, like you can kind of see And so it can be helpful, right? And if you start getting traction, then you can do that. And maybe that alone can help you do bigger projects. I don't know what that would be, but I'd love to see what those projects are, Fever Dream. That'd be very cool to do. Um, yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, one of the things that I was thinking about with Driving Daily early on, I don't know if I'm going to pursue this, is with the car stuff, I could potentially do what I used to do at the drift events and what I've done at certain car shows and stuff like that for the actual event, which would be very fun to do. It'd be cool if they would allow me to do that and be creative and film a video for them. Say it's a car show or a car event, and I can go in and I can do it however they want. I can do it as me doing it, or I can just do the filming and make it look super cool, set it to music, and then all this stuff. And that's where some of the editing comes in, obviously, to make it look nice and look clean. And I probably would need maybe a better camera. GoPro is good for the action, and I like using it walking around, walking around doing stuff, looking at stuff, whatever. It's a good action camera, but at the same time, I might need to upgrade that kind of stuff to make it look really good. But I can do that, and I'm interested in doing that. It's just a matter of time, and like you said, you need funding. That only means that, I work almost every day to pay the bills and stuff, and so you would have to kind of stop doing that. This is why a lot of people don't chase their dreams, right? Because they have to work, they have to provide, and that's understandable. Let's see what you said. The merch store feature looks useful. Yeah, I haven't used that. I did think about it. I am building. I'm still I still have something that I'm working on. I'm not going to say what it is. That I think would be great for the Driving Daily community, and it's a useful product and it's a useful thing. I'm not going to talk about it right now because I'm still I'm putting it together, and I haven't got it in production or anything like that. But once I do, I'll put it on Driving Daily. And it could be a useful product, but it also can be useful for. I'm thinking it can be useful elsewhere too. Even if you don't know me or my channel, that potentially other people would probably buy this product. But anyway, that's something that I'm working on. So building stuff, and then YouTube would help me launch that a little bit, right? And I could let you guys see it. And it's something that's not going to cost a ton of money either, and it's also something that's useful. So I am working on some stuff, but that's as far as I'm willing to go talking about that. But yeah, the merch store would be useful, and with your style and your signature, if you want to call it that, I think that'd be kind of cool. You could do some hoodies, or some T-shirts or something. Be pretty cool. Yeah, I haven't looked into that. I need to learn more about that stuff. I don't feel like I'm totally utilizing YouTube the way that a lot of people do. I see people utilizing it a lot better. And then you got the other platforms like Instagram and things like that, and I'm not good with Instagram. I don't understand it really. I mean, I do, I understand it, but I don't have a huge grasp on Instagram. You know what I mean? It's just not my thing. I think it's too. I'm too much of a long form thinker, format thinker. The things that do really well on the Instagram is if I have a cool video of a car or something, that does good. And just doing that over and over and over and over again, but you got to put 3 or 4 out a day, I think, to really get traction over there. So my Instagram is mostly just for, I guess if you want to get in touch with me or something, right? I'm not gonna get my phone number out. I probably could set up an email for this channel. Yeah, but just because of what I just said, I wouldn't let that discourage you from continuing to pursue YouTube, because here's the weird thing about it. Like I said, I have a video that I have one that I think they made more than that. There's 3 videos that did really well on my channel. It was a series, and they've made the most of my money that I've made on this platform, and those videos did really well. You know what I mean? Those 3 videos, I would say maybe like a week's worth of work or whatever, but like pretty good, right? And I could see if somebody could get to the point where they're making videos that did that well constantly, you'd be doing pretty good. Like you really would. And so you can, like, you know, not everybody's gonna. I see a lot of people get stuck, but I see a lot of people, you know, take off. And I think it's all about value. It's about what you're providing. So when you're doing your animations and you're saying things that not everybody wants to say publicly, people can live vicariously through that, and they'll hit the like button and they'll find it valuable, hopefully, and subscribe because you're saying things that not everybody openly wants to say. There's a place for that, and there's a value in that. So, creating value is very important. So let's see. We're at 50 minutes. Well, we'll go ahead and go for the hour. Why not? We'll go for the hour, and I'll put this other phone on the charger, and we'll see if anybody else shows up. Been a nice little hangout, though. Appreciate you hanging out with me, Fever Dream, everybody else that's stopped in, everybody else that's dropped in. Let's see here. Charging this other phone up because I have some video ideas on here on this other phone. So what I do is when I have ideas, I like to write them all down. With animation, it opens doors to more topics, and jokes is important. Yes, and the jokes are a kind of like with alcohol, where you can, you know, and because I don't drink, so, but sometimes when people get together and drink, they can say things. They say things that are a little more open, really, than what they would normally probably say. With the jokes, I think you can do that too. Socially, it kind of allows you to do more and get away with more, which is good, because then later the questions that may arise from that, the person can consider those on their own, and they don't have to blame you. You know, they can blame you for it, and that's okay, because that's attention, right? And we live in an attention economy. All right, let's see here. I'm looking to see places that I have some places written down. This is like going to be some of the stuff for the future of the channel here. Let's see. There's a couple places in Raleigh. So there's a place that's I'm not gonna really divulge it, but it's like an underground tunnel. I want to go explore the underground tunnel. I want to do that soon, if possible. So it's like a pretty cool spot, and I wouldn't say it's a secret spot, but it's an underground tunnel, and I want to go explore that. I'll take you guys with me. Let me see where else we got. So, oh, there's a couple tunnels actually. There's 2 tunnels that I have listed for the future here. Those car places, the car museums. Let me see what else we got. I've got some other spots. Where's it at? How's it going, guys? Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the live. Appreciate you. We're hanging out. Go ahead and hit the like button if you want to support the channel. Thank you for being here. We're looking up locations. I'm looking up locations that I'm going to go on the channel. And I've lost the spot. So let's see if I can find it. So we got the tunnels, we got the car museums. There's this place called The Pit that is it's like a graffiti pit. It's actually a place where you can go do graffiti. I wanted to try to get my car down there, but the Civic is not running 100% right now, so I don't want to I don't know, I can't take that very far to go do photo shoots right now. I'm probably gonna have to put an engine in that thing. Man, there's actually, so this is a 3rd tunnel, so there's 4 tunnels underground tunnels that I want to go and check out with you guys. What's the other one? Okay, so expect some tunnels in the future. So hopefully you're into that kind of stuff. It's going to be all over the place, man. But this is the only channel I have to do that kind of stuff with. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna go start a not right now anyway. I'm not gonna start an exploration channel or anything like that. Not doing that. Let's see. I have another list, man. I have a list of places and I can't find it. So I'm looking. I don't know. There's a couple like attractions. They're kind of like attractions or whatever, roadside things, and I wanted to check those out just because they're so bizarre looking and crazy, and they're not far from here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to set up like a circuit or whatever, kind of a route where I can hit probably multiple locations in a day, because it's really not worth it not to, like, you're gonna think, well, I'm doing this, I can't really be working while I do this, so I have to take a day literally off to do it, which I'm okay with because it's so cool. But yeah, I have to take a day, so I have to make the most of that day. So what I'll probably do is I'll plan a route, so I'll probably be filming a lot of this stuff the same day, and then I'll just come back and make videos, and that'll be fun. So that'll be the exploring kind of side of things. Let's see. All right. We'll wait 5 minutes or so. If anybody else wants to come hang out, then we'll hang out. If not, I'll probably get off here and go work. Go try to make some money. I don't, money's not everything, but you've got to pay the bills. If you don't pay the bills, you'll be in the streets. So can't do that. Can't do that. Don't mind hanging out in the street, I guess, like on the sidewalk, or driving in the road. But I'm definitely not trying to like live there. So if I can possibly avoid that, we'll be doing that. So hence we'll be working for the rest of the day. Probably 3 o'clock to 10 or something. Do about 7 hours. I think that'll be good, right? And I think I'll be doing more live streams too. We didn't have a lot of people. It's kind of a dead live stream today, but I appreciate you being here, the ones who are here and have stopped in. And I'll probably do more live streams more often. I need to start scheduling them. I'm bad at that. So what happens is I just kind of like, when I can, I just go live, right? When I'm sitting here, nothing's happening. I mean, I don't know. I may go live later today. I was thinking about doing the vertical because maybe try to bring some more people to the channel. I don't know. Did you have any success with the live stream on your channel, Fever, like bringing new people in or not, or was it all just people that you had seen before? Yeah, so there's a new cookout over here they just put in this town. I've seen a lot of cookouts going up lately. There was a restaurant called the PDQ, which is a chicken restaurant, and all those locations shut down, and most of them are turning into cookouts. It's very interesting. All right, cool. All right, well, thanks to everybody for hanging out. I think I might do another live here. I may do another live here in a little bit, but I may try to go vertical and just see what happens there too. Yeah, more people on shorts and videos. Yeah, you're right. So I noticed with the vertical, a lot of people came in, but like there was some trolls and stuff like that. With the shorts, you definitely get more exposure. So this is something, and I'll run this by you, Fever Dream, with the new channel. I'm really trying to stick to long form content, but I thought about maybe doing a short for every like 5 videos. But then I don't know, man, because I'm really trying to get away from the short attention span thing. I'm trying to get with people that have the longer attention span, right? That's what I'm trying, because um, everything's going to the short form content. So I'm really thinking about just not doing shorts at all over there, honestly, and maybe just doing like live streams and long form content, and just slow growth, just doing it that way. Shorts definitely get more exposure, but I don't know if I want. Not everybody that comes in from shorts is going to be like a dead subscriber, but sometimes you get subscribers from shorts and they are not going to watch the long videos. And if the channel is predominantly long videos, so I'm really thinking my strategy on that over there is really thinking just stick with the long form content and then just do live streams along the way. Um, which that'll help with like hours and stuff like that. Not that I really care. So that channel is not. I'm not really working to necessarily get that one monetized. If you know what I mean. If it gets there, it gets there. That's cool. But that's really not the point of that channel. So I have this channel is monetized, so that helps. It helps me, I guess, in a way, right? Like every month I can get. Well, right now at this rate, every 3 months I could probably take a day off. So, um, it's not like what people think it's probably going to be like immediately when you get there, right? But every video is a new opportunity too. So if you're making videos, like you should continue to make videos because every video is a new opportunity. It's just that like you're not just gonna get there and you're gonna be making like millions of dollars or something like that, or even thousands of dollars right off the bat. You're gonna have to work at it. It's gonna take some time, and you're gonna have to put some effort and energy in. And then even things like this, the live streams, where there's not a lot of people that show up, you still gonna have to do them because you're gonna need to get better at doing live streams, right? And so it's like for me, I see it as practice. I see everything we do here, like as a learning experiment or whatever, or experience. And it's good, right? So even if nobody shows up and you get on a live stream and you're just talking to nobody, then it's still practice, because eventually people are going to come into those live streams, and then you have some people that are going to hang out with you, like we're hanging out right now, and that's cool. I mean, I'm cool with the one-on-one, because dude, you careful what you wish for, because then if you have like hundreds of people in the live stream, you're not going to be able to do that one-on-one as much anymore. It'll be very hard to keep up with. So I think growth should be at a certain pace just by nature, because it allows you to get better as you go. I think money might be the same way. Like it's probably better to just not make all your money at once, because people that just get, I've heard about people that just get, maybe they win the lottery or something like that, and so they've gotten all this money all at once and they weren't prepared for it, and then they lost it very quickly. Spent all of it, or just lost it to scams or bad investments, things like that, right? And I've heard a lot about that, man. And so I've been trying to learn as much as I can, because it's like, what if you are successful at some certain things, right? And I've been semi-successful before at certain things. I'm trying this new stuff, trying these different avenues or whatever. And then you think about it, it's like, okay, what if this thing does blow up? It's a good thought exercise. If you have a little small YouTube channel, or if you have a business or whatever, it's like, well, what are you going to do if tomorrow it blows up and you've got, say you do have a viral video. Now you have 1 million views on that viral video. And now you have all these new people coming in, and you will have to deal with it. So a lot of times we're just building ourselves, we're getting built up for these situations as time goes on, right? And this way you're ready when the time comes. And that's a way of looking at it, and I think it's a good way of looking at it. I see a lot of people, they blow up fast. There's people not really in my niche, but like I do Doordash content, right? And there's people, I'm not going to mention the channels, but there's people in that content vein of content or whatever, who have blown up and they've had a hard time with it. It kind of changed they changed as people a little bit, and it's okay to change as a person, actually, because that's growth. But this wasn't like growth. This was like maybe the slow growth would have been better. Like they like quit doing the work. Like so, it's let's say a DoorDashing channel. You make money because, or you make videos because you're out making money DoorDashing, or that's what you do for money for a living. And people watch your content because of that, right? And then you get involved in the content more than you get involved in the thing that you do, and then you stop doing the thing that you do that you made the content on to begin with, and then the content becomes something completely different, and it no longer serves that group of people, right? And you did that because you blew up and made all this money, and you thought that the money was never going to stop, so you literally stopped working, right? So if you have a job and you have YouTube, income, and it goes to like $6,000 a month or something like that, that's great, but you should probably keep working that job and working the YouTube for a while, right? And especially if that job is the basis of your YouTube content, you know what I mean? So I've seen that. That's a real example, and you probably don't have to look around too far to find who that person is. I'm just not name dropping to get. I'm just not going to name drop to get views or whatever, right? And we're in the middle of a pretty personal live stream where there's not a lot of people here right now. But yeah, I've seen that happen. And so you gotta be careful, and you gotta think about like what happens if I have a video and it blows up and it gets 100,000, 500,000, a million views. You've got to be ready for that. Yeah, they focus on the cash. And that's the thing. If you're doing it for the money, and this became obvious when the money actually came in for this person, right? So, like if you're, so what happened was they were making videos like a lot of us do. And, some of the videos might get, a few hundred views or whatever here and there. And then all of a sudden they got this creator started having videos that were getting 10,000 views every day, 20,000 views every day, 30,000 views, for every video that they did daily. And this started adding up. They started making good ad revenue on the videos. I mean, the algorithm like blessed them a little bit, whatever. For whatever reason, they kind of blew up, right? And fever dream, every video that this person made after that was about how to start a YouTube channel and quit your job. That was the thing. But their YouTube channel was based on their job. It's you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Now, I don't have a DoorDash channel, but I'm driving daily because I drive every day for work, and it is DoorDash. So, like, dude, in a way, it's like that, right? And so, like, a lot of the inspiration for my channel comes from that. If I was to blow up tomorrow and make a bunch of money, I'm still going to probably be DoorDashing because I want a regular income, and also like enjoy being out. I may take a couple days and then be able to make more content because this channel does different kinds of content. So that could afford me days to do better content for you guys. I could do things that cost more money and go different places. But does that mean quit your job? No, it doesn't mean quit your job. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't care about cash. As soon as it's there, it's gone. Yeah, for the most part. And you can't take it with you, and we're not going to live forever. So, but yeah, I've seen that on YouTube a lot, and it's made me think about things. Because even think about this though, even if you don't care about cash, what if you just like had it like just all of a sudden dropped in your lap? Now you got to figure out what to do with it, right? So that's something to think about. But yeah, more people probably should be like concerned about success, what they consider today to be success, than they should be concerned about failure. Because there's a lot of failures along the way if you're doing anything. I've got the videos on this channel that still haven't hit 100 views, right? Like, it is what it is. But I do it because I still enjoy making the videos. I just don't have as much time as I did at a certain point. But I will have more time at a certain point as well. So there's going to be times when I'm able to make more videos that are like the ones I really like to make. And and we'll get there, right? More money, more cash always makes more bills. Yeah, I mean, it does. It does. Now, I would say this. It depends on like if you're just going to invest it, right? Or if you, like I said, the point of a YouTube channel making money if it's a passion project or whatever, would be some, in my mind, it's like, okay, you can take more time to make more and make better videos, right? So for me, it's like the freedom of taking a day, not working, and going to that cool place that you want to explore, and then sharing that with everybody. And then like that, this way, the value kind of like reciprocates itself, right? And this is why people watch. We watch YouTube because we find things valuable and cool and interesting and maybe inspiring. And so the content creator gets paid a bit for that, but it's not much. It's less than people think. And then, yeah, if they're, doing it as a passion or whatever, you take that, you say thank you, and then you take that time that you kind of earned, which is time. The way I look at it, it's time. And then you go and you put it back into making more videos. And so for this channel, what that would look like is we would go to those museums, the card museums. We would go to those places, but I might be able to go to places, say, that aren't in my state or that are a little bit further away because now I have the time to do that. And we will do that. I do think that will be a lot of fun to go to those places and explore over time. And then it's the reality of it is right now I'm working like 7 days a week to pay the bills, 6 to 7 days a week to pay the bills, and that's okay, because we'll get to a point where I have the time to make better videos like I used to make and like I like to make, and I'll continue doing it. And until then, I'll explore the towns and cities that are in my local area. You've got to work with what you got and don't be a victim. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm kind of getting at with that. But yeah, no, this content creator that I'm talking about is not the only one. And then the content boiled down into like, it was a lot of like quit your job for YouTube videos, right? At the essence of it is these people don't want to work. And so they're preying on people that also don't want to work, who will watch the video and then they think it's inspiration, but really it's just being led down a bad path. And then they think like, okay, I'm going to just quit my job and just go all in on YouTube. And it's like, no, like I think maybe like 4% of content creators make a living on it, like actually make a living on it. And the rest of it, realistically, many of us know that we're not making a living on it, but it's fun to do, and it's you learn and you grow when you make content, or it makes you think about things. Like this channel makes me learn about it. I had to learn about cameras a little bit. I'm learning about microphones. I feel like I need a microphone for this phone especially. I think I need a better microphone for my GoPro as well. That's a whole nother story. Everything's proprietized for the GoPro. So it's got to be like GoPro equipment, whatever, which kind of sucks, but whatever, So I'm trying to work on that, and then I may try to work on getting a better camera setup. But I'm learning all this stuff. I'm not actually like tech savvy, so I'm having to learn it. Having the channel helps me learn those things, right? And they're skills, And like I said, at some point it'd be really cool to. I could do it on a different channel or whatever they want, but I would love for some of these smaller automotive events to I'd love to like promote them a little bit, you know what I mean, like do some of the promotion work, maybe make them look good on film, on camera, with some effects and some music and you know what I mean, kind of make it look cool, and so that people come in and want to go to those places. That would be cool. So that's somewhere where I could see this going, but I've learned that it's even possible to do that by doing this channel. And then like if you look at Real Thoughts Project, I think about, it's a thought experiment every day if I do a video, and then I think about more things. I'm thinking about more things, which is why I really want to do the live streams over there. I've got to get a better mount, a better phone mount, I'll tell you that. This is the problem we're having right now as we speak. I'm going to put this right back up. I got to get a better mount. But that's a thought experiment type of thing, right? Where everything we do, everything I do over there, I'm thinking about things like, and then I'm just kind of doing it in real time. And you know what I mean? And I just make the video and it's a one take of just kind of like my thoughts. And then I have further thoughts about that same thing, and then I start researching more, or like reading a book on it, or whatever. And then I have more. I'm like, man, that's something else I didn't know. And you learn what you don't know, and it's important to know what you don't know. I can't remember how the saying goes, but it's like, know what you know and know what you don't know that you don't know what you know, or something. Anyway, I'm constantly being reminded of those type of things, which is humbling for one, but also cool, because there's a deal of personal growth that you can have there, and then once you kind of experience that, you can share that, and that can be helpful to other people. So I really like that channel. So that's why anybody should probably start a YouTube channel if they were going to do it. It's because you're gonna experience a level of personal growth to some degree or another. Unless you just want to be a complete degenerate and go out and just like do crazy stuff, in which case you'll probably blow up and go viral. So just, you know what I mean. But then at the end of the day, your grandkids can look back and see what an idiot you were. So it's just trade-offs for everything, right? There's unethical ways to make money, and there's unethical ways to do that. Or you could just live your life and try to look for the value and try to find things that are going to help you grow as a person and individual. And then if you so choose, you may share those things as well on a platform like YouTube, and that could actually help other people grow. And with all this apathetic content that I'm seeing, I see a lot of like Gen Z, and I see a lot of millennials, just really just down and very depressed or whatever, and the content is depressing. It's doomer content or whatever, and it's like, okay, you have the right to do that and talk about that, and then that's fine. But there should be, I believe, like, in providing another way of looking at it. That's all. And so that's what that channel's about. Animating is sort of like oil painting, where you get in a mindset of creation. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, animating. I haven't done any animations. But I can see that it'd be interesting. It's not my medium, you know what I mean? I guess it's probably not my medium. I haven't tried it, right? I haven't tried doing it, but it'd be cool. I like doing things that are not necessarily my medium as well. So, because it's kind of expands the mind a little bit, right? You should do things you suck at. Animating would probably be one of those things. Even though I have like I said earlier, I have the voice of a TV extra, I still, I'm very oral in my thought process. Like sometimes I'm able to say what I'm thinking, and sometimes it's coherent, hopefully. And so and then I also like capturing things in real time, like with cameras. Like, to me, the cameras are like awesome. And I was more into it than I remember being into it as a child, but now that I look back, like, I did have cameras. I always wanted to take pictures. The difference is I didn't get the smartphone early on, so I didn't have, I wasn't making videos and stuff with that, but I should have been, because I really enjoy making videos. So, like, going to the car shows, getting those angles and capturing those angles on the cars and stuff like that, to me, it is an art form. There's people that do it really, really well. There's people on this platform. There's guys like Speed Hunter, Daily on Supercars, whatever. They do a really good job at that. And I've met Speed Hunter, and that guy's got like he's got a knowledge of camera equipment that is awesome. It's far and beyond what I do. Yeah, and it's an art form. I mean, I see it as an art form, really. And people think, well, you're just recording stuff. Well, maybe, but there's some people to which it is an art form, and that's pretty awesome. 2020 was forced to watch TV after seeing most of the stuff that passes as animation. Was like, I can do better. Yes. Well, that's also kind of why I started my channels and stuff. Like, early on, I was like, same thing. We were watching a bunch of YouTube stuff, and I was like, man, it's interesting that we're watching all these other people create stuff and do things and talk about things, and I could just do that myself. Yeah, so I started just with the dash cams, because, dude, that's literally the iteration of it's what I see, right? It's what I see on a day-to-day basis when I'm driving every day. And so the dash cam, that's dash view, videos, right? So that's kind of where I started. I was like, man, I can do a little more sophisticated than this. And then, the buildings and exploring places, like I do that anyway. I've always done that anyway. So it's like, why not just bring a camera along and record that? Now, you can't record everything, but you can record a lot of stuff. Some shows on networks are just garbage. Yeah. Well, they're just filler, and they're there because they know people will watch it. Um, and they make money on the ads, I guess. I can't think of another reason why they would make money unless it was just on the ads or like certain like Netflix. If it's a Netflix exclusive or Amazon exclusive, then you have to have Netflix. You have to have Amazon, right? So like for example, like the Fallout series, well, you have to have Amazon to watch that. So I don't know if that actually makes people sign up for Amazon or not, but I guess some people probably do. And same with Netflix. You have certain things that are Netflix exclusives, and I guess to watch that, you have to sign up for Netflix. So I guess that's probably how they make the money. People watch Border Town. I don't even know what that is. Border Town? I gotta look that up. Let me look it up real quick. Hold on. Did you spell it the way it's spelled? Border Town. Let me see. Poor made animation like Family Guy clone. Okay. Yeah, because it's not even showing up. Oh, there it is. Border Town. Oh. It literally is a clone. Like, it looks like they just stole the characters and everything, it seems like. I'm looking at it right now. Ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that looks terrible. Let me go off of the images and get a little text here. There's a car in front of me. Okay. Bud Buchwald. It's literally a clone. Yeah, you're right. That's wild. Okay. I'm not in the animation circles, so I don't know this stuff. I'm learning something today. So this kind of stuff exists. Gosh, man. IMBD. It doesn't have very good ratings. 5.5 on IMBD. I don't really trust the IMBD ratings, though. Or DB, rather. I said that backwards. I don't necessarily trust those ratings. Web browser. Okay. Yeah, that's ridiculous that they actually do that. Some people liked it. Yeah. No, I mean, if you see something and you're like, I could do it better, definitely a reason to go try. You know? I feel like that car needs a tune. That's a VQ. This doesn't sound right. G35. But anyway, all right, hour 24 minutes. Nobody's really showing up. This is anyway, it was a good test. So I think I can use this phone for lives, it seems like, so that's good. Hopefully the service has been good and it hasn't been like cutting in and out. I appreciate you being here and the conversation. That's awesome. It's good to talk to real people. There's a lot of bots out there, a lot of fake accounts and things like that. It's actually surprising. You know, one of the things I was thinking about, and I'll probably explore this further on the other channel, is a lot of the doomer videos actually have doomer comments as well. And I'm kind of starting to wonder if those aren't bots. You know what I mean? Like some of them. I know some of them are actual real people, but if you see bot comments, coming in, you're going to be more likely, you're like, oh yeah, this other guy feels this way, if you think it's real. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? And then you'll comment. And so like some of them are real, but it's like, if they can get the ball rolling and kind of get people thinking, kind of like the Ash conformity experiment thing, and get people doing it like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think they are. I think a lot of them are bots. I mean, so it's crazy stuff, like people saying like, here's like a quote, like I'm 35 years old and I have never felt the touch of a woman, or uh, um, you know, or people saying stuff like, I can't even say it really because it's like the Control Alt, you know, delete and stuff like that, comments, and I'm like, man, these might not even be real people. These could be bots. And then the bots will like encourage the real people to say things like that. Yeah, right. No, that's crazy, right? That's like, wow. I'm like, dude, dang, like just get out there, because there's so many people out there. You just gotta go meet them, and but people act like you're gonna burn up if you just walk out the front door or something. And there's like a whole world of people out there. So it shouldn't be that hard, especially now. Like I just don't see it being that hard now. I've been married for several years, so I'm not. Doesn't bother me, but I'm sure, you know, I'm sure it's not that hard to meet people, right? But maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. But if you just looked at the content on the internet and then read the comments, you would think it was the end of the world. You would think like nobody's dating anymore. Like you can't date at all. Um, you know, like the whole "I can't get a date" culture is wild, man. It's like really? I don't know, man. So I wonder, yeah, I wonder if some of the comments are fake, like on those videos. But dude, some of those videos get a lot of views, and I think the algorithm might be pushing those videos too. So if it's trying to make people feel like there's just no future, there's just no hope, or the ones I gotta read that. Let's see if I can get the chat up. There we go. Or those ones where it's some old person closing their business and limited run for Temu junk. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, but yeah, it's another end of the world thing. Look, guys, the world has been rough the whole time. The whole time. And it's like there's a lot of people that are like, "Well, I don't want to have children in this world and stuff." And they say that. And I just say, like, look, dude, it's been rough the whole time. I mean, think about it, dude. During World War II, before World War II, if you'd have had children, they went to that war. And wait, they were men especially. And then same thing before World War One, if you'd have had children, they went to that war. Like, and you know, and it's like same thing with Vietnam. Like if you had children at a certain point in time, they probably ended up in that mess. That's a messed up time to live, isn't it? You know, I mean, so what's the difference now? I mean, I know there's a lot of crazy stuff, but according to someone, maybe it's AJ. I saw your comment on that other video the other day about AJ and InfoWars and stuff, and yeah, you're probably right. Look, I think the guys, there's a term called controlled opposition or whatever. I mean, whatever you want to call it, dude. If you're a government, you have to have somebody who's talking about revolting or something, right? Or like that side. You have to have somebody on that side that's always talking about it and bringing energy into it, and kind of maybe a little bit of organization and directing the thoughts of people who have those ideas in a certain direction. And AJ just does seem to be like he would have been perfect for that. If there was a guy that was actually doing all that and was like legit and for real, they would probably take him down before most people knew about it. They probably wouldn't let that happen. But that guy did. He made millions of dollars, like a lot of millions of dollars, doing that, and became kind of a celebrity. So I'm not saying, like, I don't know. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but and also they always have connections. Like these people always have connections. Like for me personally, I'm a nobody. I was gonna say, like, I'm a nobody. I don't really have connections. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. I like that. I appreciate that. But I don't have a whole lot of connections to a lot of like very powerful individuals, you know what I'm saying? Or people that are celebrities or people that are in a lot of different government programs and stuff like that. I mean, I have maybe people in my family that might be in the military, things like that, whatever, but everybody does that. And so I'm pretty much, a nobody, right? And most people are, I guess. Not everybody has all those connections, but that dude has connections, like right off the bat. And people like that. And there's a lot of people that are in the social media space right now that are, on one side or another. And all of them, if you look at them, they have some level of connection. They didn't just blow up out of nowhere. They make it look like they just blew up out of nowhere, but they didn't just blow up out of nowhere. They know people. And yeah, so it just makes you wonder if it's unwitting. It could be unwitting, but if it's, it could be controlled. But yeah, I just think about things like that when you got to take everything that a person like that says with a grain of salt. And when they start acting crazy and huffing and puffing and like really acting wild and whatever, and I get it that it's like, I get it that it's a show. I get it that it's, you're doing that for views. But you got to question, why is this person acting crazy? Like, like they got other beings inside of them, like, you know what I mean, trying to come out and break out. You just got to ask those questions, And to me, what it means is it discredits all the things that are truth, because you have to do like 90% truth, 10% lie. All the things that were truth, it discredits them when you act that way. And so, yeah, that's what I think about that. Now, as far as the world ending or whatever, I mean, the world's going to end for everybody. Like when you pass away, like everybody has a natural part of life, it comes to an end, and that's for everybody. So everybody has that moment, what's going to be their last moment, or what's in the vitamins. Yeah, and look, some of that stuff about the poisons in the food and stuff like that is kind of true. Like in America, we have our Coca-Cola or whatever. Now they said they're going to change this recently, but they've always had high fructose corn syrup, right? Which is the lowest form of sweet, like, it is really like the worst form of sweetener that's for you. Like real sugar is health food compared to this stuff, and that's been what's in 90% of our sodas for as long as I can remember. We have to buy what we call Mexican Coca-Colas, which are made in Mexico, and they have sugar. They're glass bottles, so you don't have the microplastics as much. But then people say that the microplastics in the glass bottles too. But mainly, I'm talking about just the sugar versus high fructose corn syrup. Very well researched. High fructose corn syrup is terrible for you, and it's in like all of the sodas. So if you go to a gas station, you get a soda. You go to a fast food restaurant, you get soda. You're gonna get the high fructose corn syrup, and in large amounts. It's like really wild. So yeah, there's poisons in the food for sure. Some of that stuff is true. Are you asking like what's in like the supplements that like AJ sells over there? Because it's also questionable, I guess, right? The supplement industry is a weird one because it's not regulated in certain ways, and so you can kind of get away with selling garbage on the supplement industry. But there are supplements that are useful. I mean, I think like so creatine and like whey protein, high quality versions of whey protein, and then just clean creatine monohydrate are good supplements. They're good supplements. They're useful and probably not dangerous or whatever in any way. The whey protein is basically just a clean food. You don't think the soda's an issue? I mean, I think it is. With the high fructose corn syrup, I think it is. It's just really bad for you. I mean, like where I live, there's a lot of overweight people and a lot of people that are unhealthy, and they just drink those sodas like all day, every day. I don't think diet sodas are any better. you know, but just to me, it's like real sugar is good. It tastes better. I would rather just have real sugar. It's the higher quality thing. And I just would rather go with higher quality thing. You know, I wish we were given that, but we're not. Um, oh, AJ with the vitamin. Oh yeah, no, he might be on something. I don't know. He's got a lot of energy. Um, yeah, yeah, it might. He's not just taking super male vitality. Let's put it that way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you could say that, but then I have a lot of energy too. Like most days, I have a lot of energy. Now, could I get on and do the show that that dude's done for the last, what, 20, 25 years and just, like be crazy like that all day, every day, and then be talking about all this stuff? I don't know about that. But I have pretty good energy. Like, so I do understand a person having good energy without doing drugs. Menu choices there don't look good. In America, where I'm at now, the menu choices are terrible. They are terrible. In fast food restaurants and things like that. I don't really eat, so I haven't eaten McDonald's in years. 33, so probably about 14 years I haven't eaten McDonald's because I did the burger experiment where you put it away for 6 months to a year and see if it degraded, and it didn't. The mice didn't eat it. I put it outside in a shed outside, and the mice didn't eat it. The bugs didn't eat it. The burger looked brand new. You could have probably fooled somebody, put it in the microwave, and heated it up. And we're talking, I think I did about 6 months. But after 6 months, there should be some problems, right? The pickles were there; it was perfect. It just looked great. The only difference was the ketchup and the mustard were a little bit dried out. But I don't, yeah, I don't do McDonald's since then, and I don't want to break my streak, so I just don't do McDonald's, right? I'll eat sometimes at certain fast food restaurants, but I try not to. And when I go, at least recently, what I've done is, I know what people will say. Those same people will say, well, don't use plastic bottles. But, I mean, I'll take water, right? And yes, it's in a plastic bottle, whatever. But I have water with me most times. So I just get the sandwich instead of the meal. Or I'll get the meal and I say, if you have bottled water, I'll take bottled water. If not, I just don't need the drink. And I try to avoid the soda. I do drink soda, but not that much. You know what I mean? It's like a special occasion or something like that, and I will drink it. I'm not like, I'll never touch soda, but I just try not to buy it anymore as much. If it had sugar in it, I would be a little more inclined to buy it, but still, even then, it's so much sugar. You're talking like 50, 60 grams or something for a drink, you know? That's a lot. Like, if you pour that much sugar on a scale, and you look at physically how much it is, it's amazing that they put that in that can. So yeah, that's where I'm at on all that. Yeah, the people that do the things that Alex Jones does, on both sides too, by the way. So there's people on like the left or whatever, and they're hyperbolic about everything, and everything is the end of the world. You know, look, I mean, at the end of the day, it seems like all the presidents, they seem to still be doing the same agenda that they all have, like Trump included. You know, it doesn't seem like there's much special about him. He makes a big deal publicly about certain things, but I thought he was a better candidate than Harris or whatever. But at the end of the day, it seems like they're all kind of working towards the same stuff. So yeah, I don't have a lot of faith. Yeah, and the thing is, that's like, if somebody's sitting there saying like, and just cheering after a candidate, giving them excuse after excuse, it's like, dude, you got to call them out when they're wrong. I want them to be right. I wanted Biden to be right, or whatever that is. I want every president to do things that are in my best interest, right, as an individual citizen in the United States of America. But I don't see that they necessarily always do that. You can't count on them for that, so you've got to like take care of your own life, work to achieve your own goals, build your own systems, things like that, and that's what's important. And that's all you can do, really. You know what I mean? That's what you have control of. Basically, in a nutshell, you have to work on things you have control of, and if you don't have if things are outside of your control, you can be aware of them, but you need to then just go back to work, right? Like, just go back to work. Go back to animating. Go back to Doordash. Go back to making videos on YouTube or whatever it is that you do, and work on that. Yeah, because there's an old guy. Trump's going like a mad king. Yeah, kinda. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest, and you know this. I thought Trump was a better candidate, and I wanted him to win as opposed to the other candidate. But yeah, I mean, like if you making executive orders to like they can get out of hand. I remember back in the day when Obama made like more executive orders than any other president or whatever, and it was a big deal. And I remember thinking that was a big deal, and I remember going and looking and reading all the executive orders that he did, and I was like, man, this is crazy, you know, the stuff they're trying to do, and just kind of push through with the executive orders, right? Like, isn't Congress supposed to do this? I thought it was crazy then, and so, I'm not going to say that it's any different now that Trump is doing it, you know, and it's kind of weird that the people that voted for Trump would have said that, you know, presidents can't do this, like, whatever. But a lot of them are backing some of the things Trump's doing with executive order that are outside of the realm of maybe that authority. I'm not going to say he's acting like completely like a king, because a lot of it's going to get turned over in court and all that stuff. We do have systems that stop a lot of that stuff from happening, but yeah, he's going a little further than a lot of people that voted for him probably would have wanted him to go. I'll be honest with you about that, and that's kind of, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of that. If any president does it, I'm not a fan of it. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't a fan of Biden did all those auto pin, what is it? Forgiveness. What am I trying to say here? Why I don't know the word, guys. You know, where you forgive people. Pardons. All those pardons, and there's no way that guy looked through 8,000 something pardons. Drop it. Sorry, guys. Camera fell. I need to get a better mount. There's no way he did all those pardons, man. But you know, and there's an issue with that. Like, I have an issue with that. And I'll have an issue if Trump does that. But what are we gonna do about it? You know, you're not gonna do anything about it. And so you can hope the courts uphold like certain standards. The thing about it is, some of the executive orders are things that make sense and that a lot of people kind of wanted, but there's a way to do things. If you do an executive order, it's just going to get overturned by the next one if they want to go the other direction. Sometimes they're just going to let it slide and actually keep it going and pretend they're against it, because they're all on the same team, you know. I think they allowed the immigration thing to happen on purpose, so that you would have like a knee-jerk reaction to it, because there is an immigration issue, because the way it works is not good. We need a more there should be a system where people come in, you know, like a legal system where people come in and can get citizenship and things like that, not just coming through the border. That was definitely the wrong way to come into the country. You shouldn't do that, and I mean, that's not going to work in any country. So they did that, and it's ridiculous. It's like crazy, and I think it's like so bizarre that it has to be on purpose. Like, there's no way. And the thing is that almost is worse than that is maybe, you know, the results of it. And it's like, what are the results going to be? Like, what is going to be the reaction, right, of people? So I think they're trying to make people angry so that they'll go and do crazy stuff. So like the military and the street stuff like that. You know, I don't know, man. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Do the streets need to be cleaned up? Well, yeah, but I'm not sure that I'm not sure how I feel about the military thing, right? In the streets. I don't suffer from TDS or anything like that, because I know people that do. I've known people that were like, oh, you know, Trump's evil or whatever, and but if you ask them why, it was just like, because he's just an evil person. Like, can't you see? Like, I don't know about that. I think they're all kind of like, you know, you got people, this is what I always said, like, you got people that want to be the president. All those people are probably psychopaths or something. Like, if you want to be the president, like, that's so much, I don't want to be the president, not because I'm, like, a good person or anything like that, but it's like, dude, that's just a lot of power, man. I don't even know what to do with all that. And if you're somebody who's seeking out those positions, already there's something, like, probably psychologically off about you, where you're probably not somebody that I necessarily want to hang out with. I don't think I want to hang out with people that want to be the president. And then you have the I guess I might be going a little bit too far here, but then like the you have companies like Palantir, whose their stocks blown up recently because they're getting a lot of favor from the government. And I'm not going to really talk about it too much, but look at what they're doing. Look at what Palantir does. And so if you look at that and you think about like all the control stuff, it's deeply connected, right? So yeah, there's no, I don't look for political people to be the saviors of man. It's just, you're always going to put your faith in somebody and they're going to go wrong. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, I guess you could still vote for who you think is going to be the best. I do think in America here we have so many checks and balances that there's no way Trump could actually be like a king. He's not gonna be able to stay in another 4 years. I don't think he can do that. I don't think he'd do that even if he started a war. I never liked that he talked about it, about doing 3 terms. But I don't think that he could do that. I don't think he has the power to do that, or that it would be allowed. I could be wrong, but I just don't see that happening. I don't think the political will is there. I don't think it's. I don't even know if it's possible legally. You know what I mean? And so I'm not really worried about that. I'm worried about like what always happens is you have one person that's on an extreme and another person that's on an extreme, and they're really working together. And so you have all the stuff that like Trump's doing today. All the power that he's consolidating for the presidency is going to go to the next president. And if the next president is equally, whatever, crazy or whatever, but on the other side, you're going to have a more extreme situation there. And guess what happens there? They're going to consolidate more power, and then it's going to go back to the other side. And guess what happens there? Now they have more power than they've ever had. So this whole thing, for me, it's like, dude, the government I would like to see the government have less power and the president have less power, just to some degree. And states maybe have more. I don't know. I just don't know, man. But when you consolidate all that power, it's going to go to the next person. In America, that's how it works. But how much these people are autonomous, like they're their own person, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, has he been a disappointment to some degree? Yeah, I mean, his first few days, he did a bunch of stuff that looked good, sounded good. And then he's like making deals with like Bill Gates and stuff. And like Mark Zuckerberg and all these people are like sucking up to Trump at the White House and stuff like that. And it's like, man, those people were, I don't know, man. It's just very interesting to me, Like Bill Gates' wife supposedly left him because of the island stuff. And it's like, dude, you're at a dinner with this guy, but he's sitting there telling you, when everybody asks for like the list, and he's like, that's, it's a psyop, it's not real. Like that's when I think a lot of people started seeing, they were like, man. And then he called a lot of his base stupid, basically. So I didn't appreciate that, because I'm like, man, so this means you're just playing people. So yeah, I don't know if it's like it's crazy. I never really would like dislike somebody just because everybody's disliking him and it's popular. I think a lot of people on the left did that with Trump. But I think you have to be realistic about people, and you have to look at what they're actually doing and not what they say. And then sometimes you have to look at what they say. If the person if the person says something that is blatantly against you, like you're saying, hey, we just want to know what's going on with this list situation or whatever, and then the person says, no, you guys are all stupid, and I don't need you, and I don't want you. If you're going to be asking about that, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Okay, that. You got to take a person, and when they start saying stuff like that, you have to take those words seriously. Going against disability is messed up. Yeah, I don't know much about that. I don't really know much about the disability thing. I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't done a lot of research on that. I could look it up. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Rolls back decades of disability rights. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I mean that's what I was talking about with the list thing. It's like, why are you talking like that, man? Interesting, you know what I mean? Like if you had nothing to do with it, like okay, I know that the guy knew that he knew the guy, right? And I've known people that were sketchy, right? I would just say, yeah, I knew them, and seemed a little sketchy, and then turns out they were into some bad stuff, and it's pretty bad, you know. And I would say, you know, he could come out. There's so many ways he could play it and be like, if he's innocent, right? If he had nothing to do with what the individual was into, he could easily just come out and just say that. And he didn't. He didn't come out and say, you know, he's almost like, I have nothing to do with it. You know, it's nothing. There's nothing to see here. That's like kind of what he's saying. There's nothing to see here. And that's like, well, dude, I think there is. Like, you guys said there was something to see. So now you're not. So it doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Now you're hanging out with Bill Gates, who also hung out with the guy. It's just like when you play connect the dots a little bit, you don't even have to be a conspiracy theorist to say, hey, look, something's going on here. You know? What are they? And it's like maybe not even guilt. It's maybe like I know that if I play with these players, it's like you came across a treasure trove of individuals who play a certain game, right? And then if you kind of understand that, then maybe he knows like, okay, maybe he's not on the list or whatever, right? But he's like, maybe these people are, and maybe I don't know what they know what I know about them. I don't know what they know I know, but I know that they know I know something, and if I just they'll play ball the way I want them to, probably. If I just take this other thing and just kind of sweep it under the rug. Maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. Either way, I don't like it. I don't like it. The kind of stuff that was going on there, people, I don't want to benefit from that as a country or anything. I don't want to benefit from that, man. Even if we have to kind of go backwards a little bit, right? And it might be because you might see financial institutions had huge problems or whatever because of so many people being involved in this kind of thing. So, you know, it could totally be like not good for the country. And that might be what it is too. You know, he doesn't want to rock the markets. You might have certain banks that have certain problems. You know, I don't know. But either way, it's like, well, dude, you got to just rip the Band-Aid off, I guess, and make it happen and then figure it out. But maybe they're saying, well, it's national security. We can't do that. Yeah, I don't know about this disability thing, but I have it up. I have some information. If you use the list, if you use list and remove guilty and named a few, time would be better. I guess, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess because somebody, you know, people need to be scared, right? That they could actually be exposed for that. I guess it would be better to some degree. But even then, it's like, okay, you're removing names to use these people, so now you're blackmailing. Like people say, if it was bad when the one guy was doing it, or organization that he might have been working for, you know, it's not good for anybody. But I get what you're saying. I mean, I'd rather see something, right? We'd rather see some of the names, right? But the fact that none of them come out is tells you they're all working together. Right? Everybody's in the same, seem to be in the same boat, right? Easy and on to the next. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. They could eliminate the people that are not valuable to them first or something. Seems like at least be throwing people a bone, right? My problem with that is that that's exactly all that is. Just throwing us a bone so that we can shut up and then they can move on. And then they'll never prosecute those other people or whatever. But the way it looks like nobody's going to get prosecuted. So rules for thee and not for me being the system, I guess, or anybody that's like in a whole different class. Um, yeah, I don't know about the. I'll have to look more into the disability thing. Unfortunately, all the people that are talking about it, that I'm finding articles, I need the source material. Put it that way. I'm not seeing anything that's like, here's the American Bar Association. Yeah, this is some reading. This isn't something I can just look at. Because I'm not going to take a headline and just go with the headline. I got to look at it, but I will look at it. Um, I don't doubt some of those things might be happening, but we'll look at it. I think, I don't know. I think we're getting a lot of stuff that maybe people that voted for Trump didn't ask for. You know what I mean? It's possible that's happening. I think it happens every time when you have a president. I mean, honestly, so here's the thing, guys. Look at it this way. Who's the next president going to be? And people will be like, oh, anybody but Trump. Okay, well, look how that happened last time. Look what happened last time. And then, this thing's going to keep going down the road. This ball's going to keep rolling no matter who's the president. That's what I'm saying. All right, let's see. Check the... RFK stuff gets crazy as well. Are we talking about like his past? Now he admitted to being on the plane. I believe he and his wife at the time, or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But things are not always what they seem. They presented the MAGA movement as like and this is why I never went like full like MAGA, right? Like I understand that movement was probably targeted towards conservative people, but a lot of the conservative people ordinarily would not go for a lot of the things that are being done right now under that name. Put it that way. Stuff he's doing now. I don't know about the stuff he's doing now. I know that he backpedaled on a lot of the pharma stuff, the big pharma stuff. Which, like, why would you do that? I don't agree with that either. But I think I might understand what's going on. They're big groups, and they have a lot of weight they can push around. So you know what I mean. But I haven't been keeping up with that stuff as much, man, because I've been working on my own stuff. You know what I mean? I've been working on the other channel. I've been reading a lot of books. I've been working every day. Not as much on this channel. I will be working more on this channel. But I've been doing that, and it's like, for me, it's like, it's really important to go ahead and work on your own stuff, because I can say this. I can say this with almost certainty. The next president, it's not going to get any better. Say the next president's a Democrat or a Republican, doesn't matter. It's not going to get any better. Maybe the next president's Vance, right? Look at Palantir, right? Look at Peter Thiel, and look at their relationship. So that's what you got to look forward to. We're moving towards like kind of a technocratic society, no matter who's in charge, no matter who's the face of it. There's cameras everywhere. In the city, in the town where I'm at, and in a lot of towns nearby, like they're all over the country. There's this company that puts out these cameras, and the traffic cameras and stuff. They're everywhere, and they gather information. And the police officers, I don't think the police departments have to pay for them, but they get access to them for allowing them to put the cameras here. But what happens is all the information goes to the company who owns the cameras. So they have that. Yeah, vote for salt as a slug. Slugs vote for salt. That's right. No, if you made that up, that's also very intelligent because it's true. I mean, that's what's happening. Dizar, how you doing, man? Doing any live streams today? We've been talking about some crazy stuff. We've been getting political because me and Fever Dream in here just talking. And I've been live streaming for almost 2 hours now. I'm gonna go DoorDash here in a little bit. I'm gonna be DoorDashing. It's good weather for it, and I think we'll be doing great. Been studying. Oh yeah, what are you studying for right now? You were talking about that a little bit on your live stream the other day. I caught a little bit of the information on like what you were doing, but what are you studying for specifically this time? That's interesting. Always learning. That's good. Yeah, we've been live for like 2 hours, man. I can't believe it. It's been a slow day though on the live. Not a lot of people here. But I'm trying to flex the live muscles. I'm trying to exercise a little bit, get used to it, and get back in the groove. And I'll probably start doing more live streams here soon. Maybe an hour every day or a couple days or whatever. Just get on and say so. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe a little bit less or whatever. That's what I'm thinking, man. But I appreciate everybody that stops in and could spend some time. That's like a big deal. It helps me out. And I'm having to keep my channel active too. So it's like it's doing a good service for that too. I'm having to make sure I keep my hours stacked up in the background to keep the channel functional. So all that's helpful, and I appreciate all of it. And I appreciate you guys being here and everything. It's like huge. Plus we have some pretty good conversations from time to time. Even if we don't get on the edge of things we're probably not supposed to talk about on YouTube. Automotive, electrical engine performance, and hybrid electric cars. So you're going deep on the electric cars, man. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool. I want to know some of the stuff you're learning that you know. So you guys learning about the different types of batteries that's being used now, or that they're trying to come up with, like different innovations in that. Overwhelmed? Yeah, I can see that. It's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot of information in that category. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Are you doing that at like a community college or something? Or like online or what? I want to know how I can do that. Community college? Yeah. I gotta go do that. So, I was thinking about taking some automotive courses at the community college here. I did some in high school at the community college, and they allowed some people to bring their car in and like kind of work on it and stuff. I'd like to do that because I got the Civic right now. It's got like a misfire, but I honestly think it needs an engine. I think it's a compression issue. So I got to either rebuild the engine, which we could do in class. Maybe I could do the engine building class and like pull the engine and take it to school. I remember back in the day, people did that. People would use their own stuff as a project for the school, and then everybody kind of learn on it. And it'd kind of be like free labor for me. And I'd also learn some stuff too. I haven't been to a class in years of any sort. I need to do that. I was thinking about doing some first aid classes, some different like kind of basic and then maybe a little bit more advanced first aid stuff. They let you do that too. That's cool. But it's electric cars, so it'd be people bringing in their Teslas and stuff, right? Mostly. I'm sure a lot of people probably in that class have electric cars. But yeah, I need to do that, man. I need to see if there's some when the scheduling is for some of those automotive courses, which I've taken already. I wonder if they could look back and be like, you already took this course and passed it, and be like, yeah, no, I want to take it again. I just want to refresh. Can I take it again? Can you take classes again? Not many have electric cars. Yeah, well, on average, not many people have electric cars yet. Anyway, I'm sure the number will go up. I saw yesterday the electric Challenger. I think it is, or is it called a Charger? I think it's called a Charger, but it looks like a Challenger. It's a 2-door. It's electric. It pulled up in front of a pizza shop where I was picking up, Thing looked crazy. It had the rumbling sound, like the fake engine sound. It didn't sound anything like an engine. It sounded kind of like a spaceship, but it didn't sound like the actual car. But the sound was turned on. It was just sitting there, and it was like idling. Those things got a bad rap because, dude, that crowd that likes those cars, like, they want muscle cars. You know what I mean? So they didn't sell too well. They did not do good. In fact, I think they weren't going to put a V8 in those cars, and then they ended up putting a V8 in those cars. Like, they didn't ended up doing it anyway because people just were not buying that electric vehicle. Like, electric cars are one thing, and that's cool, and it's its own thing. To take a muscle car and try to make it an electric car is kind of dumb. You know what I mean? It's like they should just made an electric car, an electric sports car, not called it the Charger, called it something else, and and done that, and then I think it would have done good because it was in its own category. But people were really angry that you're taking a legacy muscle car that's known for V8s and putting in electric, doing electric like that. And then the fake sound just made it even worse because they tried to give it the V8 sound. That's stupid, man. The V8 sound is, even when BMW started doing the speakers for the exhaust note or whatever for the BMWs, like a long time ago. I think it was BMW that did that. That's, to me, it's like, come on, man. I don't like that. Just make the engine sound whatever it sounds like and just be done with it. Or if it's like, if it's an electric car, just don't make it try to emulate being a gas car. And this is a bad look. Just be proud of what you are. If you're electric, make the spaceship sounds. If you're a regular car, that's good. Then just make the rumbly sounds like you're supposed to make. But yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna see if there's some classes at my local community college. See how much they are. See if I have some time when I go up there. That's a good idea. I need to do the engine rebuilding one first because I need to rebuild the engine in the Civic, dude. That'd be great, actually. Just buy the parts, and then I can take the class at the same time as getting it rebuilt, and I get to use some of their tools and stuff, right? I have the little honing tool, and I have a lot of the stuff that I need to rebuild the engine, but I don't know. I'd rather do it in their facilities, man. And also be taking a class at the same time, learning some new stuff. Let's see here. And meeting people. So community college is good for meeting people in your industry too, because a lot of people are there just for no nonsense. Like they're in an automotive class because they want to work on cars. So if you want to know the car people in your area, it's a good way to do it. All right, guys. Let me check and see if it's busy on the Doordash. I'm probably going to go ahead and start working. Appreciate y'all being here. It's been a really long live stream, and we've not had more than a few people in here at a time for the whole stream, but it's been cool hanging out. I appreciate you guys doing that. And it helps me out, man. It helps that channel out. Keep the channel alive, right? Keep the Driving Daily dream going. I feel like it's been worth it. I bet it has. It's always good to learn new stuff, man. It's always good to learn new stuff. Thank you, Fever Dream, and thank you for being here and having the conversations. And some of the conversations we have sends me into those areas where I'm not so sure how far we can go on the live streams. But you know what? We'll push it. That's what this channel is all about. And guys, if you're not subscribed to Real Thoughts Project, and you're interested in different conversations, go do that. Watch a couple videos. That helps out that channel going or whatever. I have about 10 videos over there in a playlist, which you can just play or whatever, however you feel. But that would help us out over there. I got about 45 subscribers somewhere along in there. I'm trying to get to 50 so we can do live streams. Then we have these talks. But anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Each and every single one of you. Hope you have a good one, and I'm gonna get off here now and go DoorDash some. I'll catch you on the next one.